Hey everyone, it's BigSmoons with a Platinum Review, where I talk about the games that I have the Platinum Trophy or 100% on, and what it took to get there. I also review the games based on the amount of fun I had. Today, we are going to talk about the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. It is the 5th installment in the mainline Elder Scrolls series, following Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind and Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. These are the only other two games in the series that I have played. At the time of this recording, I've logged over 240 hours into Skyrim, and I'm sure I will log many more. Skyrim is an open-world action role-playing game developed by Bethesda and released on November 11th, 2011. I remember picking this game up at launch and pouring hours into it. I picked up the special edition for the PlayStation 4 when it launched in 2016. This version is the version I got the 100% and Platinum on, and it is the version that introduces mod support for consoles. Let's get started. The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim opens with your character on a prison cart headed to your execution. You don't know what you did, and neither do the executioners. You're guilty of being near the border at the same time as the rebellion leader, and it's off with your head. But first, you get to create your character. There are 10 races for you to change the appearance of, with their own racial bonuses. Now that our character is made in our image, it's time to go. Alright, the execution. Good thing we poured over the character's facial appearance. Thankfully, dragons have returned to the world, and one dragon stops the execution in glorious fashion. The opening part of this game has always been such a treat. Running through the town of Helgen while it's demolished by this ancient creature is incredibly tense and exciting. You get to make a choice here. Run off with the rebellious Stormcloaks, or follow the Imperials, who are just seconds away from executing you. The choice is yours, and it has no permanent bearing on who you side with in the pending war. Once you escape Helgen, the world of Skyrim is in front of you, and you can do whatever you like, and tackle the world however you choose. There is one main storyline mission pending, and that is to tell the world about the return of the dragons. Where you go from here is up to you. The Platinum Trophy will require you to complete all the main storylines. This includes the main quest, the Civil War, the Companions, the Mage College, the Thieves Guild, and the Dark Brotherhood. The quests all follow a similar theme of go here, talk to this person, steal this or kill this, and go back and talk to someone else. But you know what? It works for me. I never got bored with this game. Every cave, town, and ruin felt unique. There are plenty of notes and books lying around to bolster the story of areas that do not have an explicit quest tied to them. The core gameplay is traversing the world and killing enemies while completing quests and amassing fortune. The way you go about this is up to you. You can be a stealth archer, taking your foes out from a distance while benefiting from the stealth damage multiplier. You can go in with a dual-handed weapon and crush your foes. You can be a stealth archer. You can wield a spell in each hand and freeze, burn, or electrocute your way across the world. You can be a stealth archer. You can use a sword and shield. You can wear light or heavy armor. You can be a stealth archer. The choice is really up to you, and the trophies only require you to do some miscellaneous tasks. I give the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim a 10 out of 10 for fun, if you couldn't already tell. Everything here works for me. I know that the game was riddled with bugs at launch and even still suffers from bugs. I played the game in 2011 and rebought it in 2016. I'd love to play the PlayStation VR version, but I don't have PSVR. The Anniversary Edition is now upon us, 10 years of Skyrim. And I can't say that I'll be purchasing the upgrade, as it only appears to add all the community-created content and fishing. The world of Skyrim before mods is beautiful and breathtaking. The modding community has only added to that visual appeal that I believe the base game already had. Let's talk trophies. There are 51 base game trophies, 10 trophies for Dawnguard, 5 Hearthfire trophies, and 10 trophies for the Dragonborn DLC. You will spend up to and possibly surpass 100 hours in this game to get all of these trophies. A good portion of these trophies come from completing all the main story and faction quests. Just follow the quest markers and make sure you join each group to progress through these trophies. The only one that may confuse some players is returning the Thieves Guild to its former glory. This trophy actually requires you to do dozens of side missions for the guild until you get all the special requests. This bloats the time you have to spend working with the guild by hours. You must complete 10 side quests and 50 miscellaneous objectives. If you are exploring and taking on quests, this will come naturally. If you're still struggling to hit 50 by the end of your run, head over to a bar and ask for work there.
I've heard Jari Raz hanging around.
You must cook once, mine once, and cut wood once for a trophy. You also have to smith something, enchant something, and create a potion. You'll have to pick 50 locks, which will probably come naturally over time. But you must also pick 50 pockets, which will take some time grinding if you've neglected to do this throughout the game. You have to use all 3 speech options, and succeed at each one at least once. This is Persuade, Bribe, and Intimidate. I recommend you do one of each of these sooner rather than later, as you could technically miss this trophy if you only stick to one option. There are 13 standing stones that need to be located for a trophy. These give your character unique, permanent perks, but you can only have one active at a time. You'll have to buy a house, get married, and break out of jail, which is all pretty standard fare for a wild weekend. Kill some dragons and learn some shouts to round off a few more trophies. The hardest and most time-consuming trophies require you to reach level 50, reach level 100 in a skill, read 50 skill books, and collect over 100,000 gold. There is more than enough gold lying around to rack this up fairly quickly though. The skill book trophy can be a grind, as you have to sometimes comb over bookshelves to see what will award you with a skill point. A basic rule of thumb though is to look at the price associated with each book. Higher cost books usually award a skill point. The absolute most missable trophy is for collecting 15 Daedric Artifacts. These artifacts are collected by completing quests for the Daedric princes in a certain way. I recommend you look up a guide to make sure that you do the right thing in these quests to collect the right item. That's all the trophies for the base game, and as such, the Platinum Trophy. I love this game. I love exploring dungeons and taking down foes in all sorts of different ways, like being a stealth archer for one example. However, I know time is precious, and this game takes dedication to exploring, and you can easily lock yourself out of a trophy by messing up a single quest. It pains me to say this, but I do not recommend you get this platinum. At least not if you don't fall in love with the world of Skyrim. If you know that you aren't going for the platinum, then before you even jump into the game, do yourself a favor and download some mods. I'll discuss them further in the video. The DLC for the game can add hours to your playtime, but aren't required for the Platinum Trophy. I did accomplish getting the 100% for this game by completing the main stories of Dawnguard and Dragonborn, learning a couple new shouts, and exploring the new areas. There are some collectibles and legendary dragons to slay and tame. You will have to struggle your way through maxing out the vampire and werewolf skills one at a time, as you can only be one at a time. However, Hearthstone features the biggest grind to a 100%. Adopting a child is easy enough, but you then have to buy all the plots of land and build full houses on each. I don't recommend you kill yourself over achieving the 100% for this game, especially if you've already drained yourself over the platinum. I would be doing the game and all of you a disservice by not talking about the mods. Sony has restricted the mods for PlayStation to not allow external assets. This is a bummer, as we can't recreate some funny Thomas the Train or Randy Savage dragons. Thank goodness this didn't discourage the modding community from creating what they could for the game. There is a mod to put the game into 60 frames per second, and one to fix many of the game's bugs. These two are essential. Everything else is just icing to an already fantastic game. I went with graphical overhauls, better weather, cooler looking cities, and some player homes. I also chose a fast alternate start mod, which allows you to really roleplay as a character. There are thousands of mods, so look through them at your heart's content, and really make your time with Skyrim your own. Warning though, mods will disable your ability to get trophies, So I suggest you get the Platinum if you're going for it, and then start all over with a fully modded game. Thanks for watching, everyone. I don't typically ask for likes or subscriptions, but I figured I'd throw it in here at the end. This is my 10th video, and I'd love for you to follow me on this journey. If you do decide to, then
Welcome to the family.
if you don't, there's no hard feelings here. I hope you all have a great day and a great life. There's enough happiness to go around, and I hope your glass overfills with it, and I hope you fill others with happiness as well. I'll see you all next time on BigSmoons Platinum Reviews.
Hey, you. You're finally awake.